Imagine getting an email from your bank today saying, "Urgent, your account has been compromised." It looks real, the logo is right, and the tone feels very serious. You click the link, and just like that, all of your personal information is gone. That's what phishing is. And today, we're going to do a quick breakdown on what it is, the different types of phishing attacks, and how you can best protect yourself from this very common cyber attack. So what exactly is phishing? Phishing is a type of social engineering attack where the attacker tricks people into giving up sensitive information such as passwords, credit card numbers, or login credentials. Instead of hacking computers, the attacker is hacking human trust. Phishing messages will oftentimes create urgency, pretend to be a trusted source, or push you to click a link, open an attachment, or reply quickly. There are several different types of phishing attacks that exist in the threat landscape, but the most common type is the email phishing attack. This is the most common form, and it typically involves an attacker sending out mass emails pretending to be a bank, online service, delivery company, employer, or a coworker. With these emails, there will often be a fake login page that's included to harvest credentials, but it could also include things such as a malicious attachment that has a hidden executable inside. Typically within these emails, you can find that there's slightly misspelled sender addresses or other grammatical mistakes, and that's a pretty good telltale sign that the email is malicious in nature. The next type of attack that I want to talk about is spear phishing. Spear phishing is highly personalized, and it typically involves the attacker utilizing open source intelligence gathering methods to gather certain data points about the victim. Instead of sending out a mass message to a broad enterprise, the attacker instead specifically targets one or two individuals. In these sorts of attacks, the attacker will use your name, a job title, your coworkers' names, or recent events that you've posted about in your social media. Because these attacks are more personal, spear phishing is much more harder to spot. The next type of attack that we will be discussing is whaling. With this attack, I want you to imagine the old novel Moby Dick, where Captain Ahab and his crew are out to kill the great white whale. In a whaling attack, a spear phishing campaign is aimed at the executives and decision makers of an organization. These can include CEOs, CFOs, company owners, or the senior leadership of any enterprise. The goal of these sorts of attacks is typically to compromise the accounts of these high-level individuals and gain access to sensitive corporate data, large financial transfers, or access to internal systems. These messages that are written by the attacker are very carefully written and often look extremely legitimate. The next type of attack is smishing. Smishing also stands for SMS phishing, uses text messages instead of email to conduct the attack. You might receive messages saying, "Hey, your package couldn't be delivered, please click on this link. A suspicious activity has been detected on your account, please click this link," or "click here to confirm your payment." Because people oftentimes trust text messages more than emails, smishing is becoming more common. The next type of attack is vishing, or voice phishing. Vishing typically attacks over a phone call, and the attacker may pose as a bank representative, tech support, or one that I've most commonly seen is a representative from a government agency. They'll typically use fear of authority to exploit their target. In a certain case, I've heard that the attacker posed as an FBI agent conducting an investigation on the victim and was threatening legal action against them. Some attacks will even use a spoofed phone number to appear even more legitimate as well. Luckily for us, there's a number of common red flags that are seen across phishing campaigns. The first one that I want to mention is an urgent or threatening language structure in the messaging by the attacker. Typically, this is done as a means to intimidate the victim into capitulating to the demands of the attacker. Other red flags can include requests for passwords or personal data, unexpected attachments or links, poor grammar or subtle spelling mistakes, and sender addresses that don't quite match up with the enterprise naming scheme. Whenever you're in doubt with a suspicious email, never click a link, never open an attachment, and always go directly to the official website if there is an attached link. There are also a number of tactics that you can use to protect yourself from phishing attacks. To reduce your risk, use multi-factor authentication, keep the software on your devices updated, and be very cautious with unsolicited messages. Whenever you receive a request, verify that request through another method, such as going and talking to the person that is requesting that information, and report any suspicious emails to your IT team. To wrap up this video on phishing, I just want to say that phishing attacks aren't about technical skill. It's about manipulation. By understanding how phishing works and recognizing its many forms, such as email phishing, spear phishing, whaling, smishing, and vishing, you can dramatically reduce your chances of becoming a victim. Stay alert, question the urgency and pressure that is placed on you by the attacker, and when something feels off, it probably is. Thanks for watching, and stay safe online.